Hey everyone, today I received something really cool. Many of you guys have heard of Google. It's a great company and they do a lot of innovative things. One of the things that they did was they created something called Google Cardboard, which is an open source project where you can make virtual reality goggles or adapter for your phone straight from cardboard and a couple of other items. So anyway, there's other companies out there such as VRBox. They have taken the Google Cardboard concept and actually turned it into a product that's actually more durable. So I went ahead and ordered something like that on the internet for about $33 or $32 including shipping. It took a couple weeks to get here. I have never seen this. I've never opened it. I just kind of read reviews on the internet and just picked one up. So basically, this is the box. It weighs a couple of pounds. It's a little beat up from the shipping, but I haven't opened it yet. So let's take a peek inside and see what it looks like and how it functions. So I quickly just pulled off the top cover and I kind of undid the box. It's packaged in a plastic bag. There's obviously some reading material, some accessories. I guess this is a strap right here. Actually, it's not a strap. This is actually, it seems like it's some foam, some cushioning. Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, just like a quick start guide on how to use those rubber pads that I just pulled out. And obviously, just some more literature that many of us do not even read, but you can read it if you have no idea. So anyway, it says in another way to see the world, everything is possible. I'm really excited about this product because it turns your cell phone into a VR device, virtual reality. So now you can put your phone into this device here and experience the joys of a 3D virtual reality environment. My prediction is that this industry is going to grow, just as the video game industry did back when Nintendo came out with and Atari and all those guys came out with their systems. A lot of people were skeptical about it turning into something big, but now look at video games, multi-billion-dollar industry with a lot of growth and still a lot of growth yet to come. So virtual reality is going to be the next big thing, mark my words. But right now we're going to deal with all the primitive stuff. 20 years from now, we'll be looking at something like this and laughing. But right now, in 2016, this is some cool stuff. So anyway, this is the unit. I've never seen it, and I'm actually seeing it through my phone, which is kind of crazy. And I'm not even looking at it, so I'm not really getting to experience it as I'd like to, but I'm doing this for the review's sake. So it's called the VRBox, and it's fairly light, but it seems a little bit more heavy than cardboard. But I like it that it's durable. It makes you feel like it's not a cheap product. They have included a Bluetooth remote controller. I guess if you're watching whatever you are in here through these lenses, you're not going to be able to touch your phone, so I think this is like a joystick to control whatever environment you're in. Not sure if it's compatible with my phone. It's the iPhone 6, but we'll see. Again, you have nice cushion here for your face. You would basically put it on, and after removing these, it would show you basically a 3D environment. What we have to do is, in order to use it, okay, kind of fell apart, but that's no biggie. So you have basically this part right here, and then the outer cover here. So over here is where the phone goes, and we'll basically put it in and install it here, and then slip the cover on it. Now, since I only have one hand free right now, I'm not going to do that for you guys, but what I'll do is I'll put in my phone and take my iPad and show you guys kind of what it looks like from the actual goggles or from the lenses. So anyway, cool product. I'm really excited, and if you're just kind of getting into VR, this is very cheap, $30. You can experience it off the bat rather than ordering something like the Oculus, which costs I think a couple $1,000 plus, you have to have a very powerful computer. So this is the simplest way to access virtual reality for the time being. Anyway, let's see if I can put up some other screens and see if we can give you more of a better look at how this product works. So before I move on to actually showing you guys what the product is all about, kind of wanted to give you guys a glimpse of the controller that comes with it. It's kind of neat. Kind of gives you a joystick feel, almost like something like comes out of a Nintendo Wii, if they still make those. But it's cool because you have a toggle between Android and iOS, so I'm going to leave that on iOS. It does not come with batteries. It's very light, and you can tell that this compartment is probably empty. It comes with buttons and a lot of cool things. One of the things I noticed is that this isn't well put together. It's like a little bit of a crack. I don't know if it's a design flaw or if they just sent me some refurbished product, which often on eBay you have a lot of. And so you have to be really careful about the source of where you buy this from. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this to use and see how it works. So before I even go ahead and test this, I just wanted to show you guys just a little bit more about the casing for the VR box. There's a sliding I guess door here, and what it'll do is it'll expose your camera here when your phone's inside, and you can take pictures or do some augmented reality type of stuff. That just shows that there's going to be some apps or some VR games that may utilize that function, but I've tested this once and haven't had much use for it. Another thing is up here, these levers here kind of slide up and down and left and right, and what that does is basically it helps adjust these lenses right here that you see. Everybody has a different type of I guess focal length or whatever you want to call it, but some people have wider eyes where some people have more narrow, and they're closer together. So whatever's comfortable for you and looks right, you'll be able to basically find that out once you put these on and kind of play with it. And I found it useful, so that was a really neat thing. I'm not sure if any other Google Cardboard contraptions have this, but this is useful. And for $30, you can't go wrong. You get this nice case, and you also get that controller, which the way I did use, and let me pull it out over here. Earlier you saw me playing around with it. I just put it back inside the box. This wasn't working. I connected to the iPhone, but when you press the buttons, it would just mute the phone or lower the volume or raise it. But I couldn't really play with it. So maybe in the near future, when they have games or something that's compatible, we'll be able to utilize this. So now another thing I wanted to kind of show you before I even slip in the phone and show you guys the inside here. This movement, I know it was popularized by Google, but it was actually started by Oculus, and that was a company on Kickstarter, started by Palmer Luckey, a guy from USC, and he was the founder of this, and this is the original development kit for the Oculus, before Facebook bought them for $1 billion or $3 billion. But this is basically the inspiration behind everything else that you see. And so I did do a review on this. You can go and check my page to see exactly how this works. But again, same concept. It has some lenses here, and then obviously a screen right here. The limitation on the Oculus is that it's powered by a computer, so you have all these wires and whatnot. And the VR box here is actually just wireless, unless you're plugging in your headphones or charging or a charger cable. Other than that, it's not as bulky. So in the future, I think we'll be able to see smaller and smaller contraptions for VR, and this industry will be real big and will change the way we consume media. So to use your VR box, you basically have to take off any cover that you have and then go to your app store and download VR apps. I've downloaded two. One's called Discovery, and another is called Cedar Point. It's just like
it's just a video game or a roller coaster or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to try it out right now, but I'm going to show you guys also how to install your phone into this device here. So this door right here slides open. There's pads that I've installed here and here and here to keep it fairly stable whenever I put my phone, and not get scratched up as well. And so this top part kind of moves, and you kind of just gotta squeeze it in. And you know, if you're not used to this like me, you'll have to play with it a couple times, and it could be stubborn. So again, we'll try one last time, make sure that's there. Okay, so there you see. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the Cedar VR game, and then you gotta make sure that this split is kind of aligned with that little mark there, so I gotta move it over just a little bit, and I'm just gonna go ahead and press start if I can, because I can't touch the phone inside. So what you're gonna see is something like this, and I know it's difficult to see, but basically we're going up a roller coaster, and I wish I could get it a lot closer, but if you move your head, you can see a whole environment, which is really neat. And so this is a primitive way of owning a VR device without having to spend a couple $1,000s on the Oculus and whatnot. Again, this technology will become a lot better. Other players will get into it, such as Sony and Apple and whoever else wants to make money. But again, this is something really cool that you can buy for 30 bucks. And here's a better view of what you'll see. So if you move your phone, you'll be able to look left and right and whatnot. So you're basically you're inside of a virtual world, and it's really neat. And if you're not used to it, you may get a little dizzy, but it's very, very neat. So if you have an iPhone and $30 extra just sitting around, go ahead and try this out.